Greetings everybody, how are you? Richard here. Just thought I'd bring you out to one of my midday playgrounds today. It's one of the places I can come for a little bit of inspiration through perspiration. Way better than sort of inspiration via desperation, a trepidation behind a desk or a steering wheel. Yep, it is another great day out here. The reason I wanted to bring you out here today is I was just thinking when I was putting on my running shoes on my front steps and listening to some of the children on the back playground across the road from me that this is certainly a magic time of year for me. I don't know about you, but it also imprinted on me kind of the reality of our childhood and how it affects us well into our adulthood. You know, this time of year was so magical for me. And it was magical simply because I knew I was going to be unshackled from the confines of the classroom. And summer was about there to explore all that this world had to offer. A lot of times that was spent on small lakes or streams and rivers and stuff up north and away from it all, sort of like out here, away from it all without the hustle and bustle of cars and stuff and things. But interestingly, the same sort of opposite thing happens at the end of summer, but that week before Labor Day and Labor Day weekend in particular, I still get a knot in my stomach. And it's that knot that comes from the knowledge that I'm now going to be reshackled in the classroom and I start that cycle all over again. So maybe I was a freedom seeker from the time I was a wee lad. I don't know about you. I suspect many of you are. But you know, those same sort of childhood lessons and other ones have impacted us all. You know, you think about it. When we're kids, you know, children are to be seen and not heard. Early on sort of imprinted on us that maybe we don't have anything of value to bring up to people. Secondly, the same sort of thing goes, like don't talk to strangers. You think that might have an impact in our business? And the third, don't talk or don't speak unless spoken. That too maybe has got a bit of an issue, doesn't it, in our business? So those are all sort of things we need to get through. But as I was looking at that small rear view mirror of life, and it is small, and I don't take much time looking in there because obviously it's small for a reason. That's where we've been and where we're going is through that big windscreen of life. It is one of those magic times. You see, today represents, at least for me, the final day of my 5th decade on this planet, and tomorrow is the first day of my 6th decade. And as I look in that little rearview mirror, I am just so grateful for so many of the things and experiences of life. And I guess we've made them all. You know, grew up in a little town of Aurora, you know, off to the States, middle of Nebraska, go to university, crank out some degrees, you know, win some awards, go up into the bush, live amongst the Chippewyans, come back south to train for a great athletic event. That gets canceled on us, has nothing to do with us. On with life, spend a great deal of time in places like Southern California and South Florida and have, you know, many friends that have come, some have gone. You know, many relationships, or some relationships that have come, and all of them gone, but one true love that came and is staying forever. Thank you, Pauline. And in all of that, and all these amazing things, and working with tremendous people and people looking to achieve things and stuff, I look at where I'm going and where these last few years and what it all means from standpoint of going forward, and it is without doubt the most rewarding time of my life. And I asked myself why, with all these other things and stuff, and some folks that you may or may not know, celebrities and all these sort of things, achieving things. I'll tell you why. And looking at it and looking forward, it's because of what you're doing, the way that you're growing, knowing that it's not just about you, but certainly it is about the things that you're impacting and the way that you can affect some folks. I've had a few conversations and meetings with some of you over the last few days, and I'll tell you what, it is exciting to hear some of this growth that takes place. As I'll always say, USANA is really, you know, deep down, guys, you know what it really is? It's a personal development company with one heck of a compensation plan attached. And oh, by the way, they've got some awesome wellness products. But it really is about this thing of personal growth and dealing with those issues maybe that we learn in childhood and some things we got to unshackle ourselves from. You know, and speaking with someone this past Saturday, one of our team members here, she she just said, hey, one of the things I've come to the realization on is that I'm not going to be the center of all knowledge. That I may have been programmed along that way, and I've got degrees and certification and all these sort of things, and all those things taught me that they have to come to me for that information. But really what this business is about empowering other people to take the available resources and go out and share those so that they get empowered to go out and share those and they get empowered. That was a huge step for her. And her future looks very bright. Had a great conversation with somebody last night. He's worked hard his entire life. He's up early in the morning. He goes, comes home, deals with the kids, does all those sorts of things and stuff. And he said something really neat last night. He said, I'm hearing these messages now in other messages that I wouldn't have before. 2 years ago, if you would have told me something like, employees or solo practitioners really kind of build their own sort of wall of confinement around themselves and that people can move into a bigger business scenario, into investment scenario, I would have said that's just all bull crap. That it's just about work hard, lose your health, and die. And that's altogether changed. Another man who calls out of the blue one day and he says, I got to just share this story with you. And it's a great health story, personal health story. But it motivates him even more to take that and say, look what happened to me. This can happen to you too. And you can share this story to happen with other people. And it just goes on and on and on. These are just remarkable stories. So is it rewarding time? Yeah. Is this more of a philosophical thing? Sure. But it really is, at the end of the day, it's about, we've all been places in the past. Our past does not equal our future. Today marks the first day of our future as we go forward. And the question is, to all of us, and we have to ask the question about, is what kind of awesome, epic stuff are we going to live? I'm really looking forward to this next decade. I was out here, I do speed play on this grass, and I was laughing to myself. I was going, half a lifetime ago, my speed play today was just my warm-up stuff then. But the neat part about it is, so what? That was then. What I'm doing today is fun. And I've got to really thank, this state of health and the things that are going on to Dr. Wentz and USANA and all that has meant to me physically. It has been a tremendous ride. And to me, it's just the beginning. So with this decade coming up, guys, go out and be awesome. Make this awesome. You be awesome. Make somebody else's life awesome. And help them make somebody else's life awesome. All right, guys, take care. Be well. Bye-bye.